It's Tuesday the 21st of August 2018 and I'm at Harpenden to do a walk along the Lea Valley Walk, and I'm now going to walk the 3/4 mile along the road to join the route of the Lea Valley Walk. Now at this footbridge over the narrow River Lea, which is full of algae up there, I've now joined the route of the Lea Valley Walk. We don't go over this footbridge, instead the walk follows the river along this path ahead. We pass these stepping stones on the left shortly after the last clip. We're in Batford, by the way, on the outskirts of Harpenden. View of the weir. I think that's the Lea joining, and this is also on the left hand side. Great view along the river further on. Now passing the Marquis of Granby pub. There it is. And the walk continues up there, up Marquis Lane. We now take this narrow path into Woodland on the right. The narrow path bears right and then joins this path, which is along the route of an old railway line. We turn left along this former railway line, continuing along the route of the former railway. Views of the Aldwickbury golf course over to the right. And there is the Lea Valley Walk continuing ahead. Still continuing along the now heavily wooded path of the former railway. Now at the former level crossing at Lea Bridge Lane, where the walk turns right. We now take this footpath on the left, and as you can see there's a Lea Valley Walk sign pointing in the way we've just come. And the walk now goes up here. Up here to this kissing gate. At the kissing gate there's a clear Lea Valley Walk sign pointing to Wheathampstead. After the kissing gate we head up this field to another gate ahead. At the top of the field by the second gate, great views looking back the way I've just come. Clear Lea Valley Walk signs by this second kissing gate which we go through. Fabulous views opening up to the left. And after the second gate we're going along the edge of this field. After a third kissing gate, Lea Valley Walk turns left along this track. I'm about to have a sit down on this seat by the path which overlooks this fabulous view. The path follows the left-hand edge of the next field. Still on the Lea Valley Walk. The path continues across the next field, heading towards Wheathampstead. Now in Wheathampstead, the walk passes through the churchyard of Wheathampstead Church. A more close-up view of the church. walk now goes along the high street of Wheathampstead. After a few suburban streets in Wheathampstead, we come to this area and go across that footbridge over the River Lea. Now heading along this path with the River Lea on the right. Now heading along this wide path, good views to the right. Still quite near the river here. Further on, Lea Valley Walk goes beneath this road. After the bridge in the last clip, the walk turns right up some steps and then right along this fenced path. Next we turn left across this field. Now truly walking along the Lea Valley, the small river is just over to the right. We now head through that kissing gate ahead. Later the path climbs a bank and continues. The Lea Valley Walk now enters this woodland. It's very pleasant indeed along this path. Now at the ford at Waterend, and there's the Lea. But we don't cross the ford because Lea Valley Walk goes along this path here. As you can see, we're now right beside the River Lea. And there's the continuing path. Further on, a great view over to the left opens up. And there's the continuing clear path of Lea Valley Walk. The Lea Valley Walk now heads up this steep path through woodland. The faint path levels out in the woodland. That's all I need now, the walk to go across a golf course. The path seems clear at this point. Golf courses can be very hard to navigate on public footpaths through them. Still heading across the golf course. So far so good. Lea Valley Walk crosses the golf driveway and becomes this sunken track on the other side of the driveway. The sunken track emerges on the edge of the golf course again. We cross this next driveway and continue across the golf course. There seem to be some posts for waymarks of the path. The path now goes down there where you can see the clear path. I think golf course nightmares are nearly over. Now crossing the Lea at Lemsford. We now need to turn right along this main road, unfortunately. We now turn left off the main road along here. The path heads beside this fence. Lea Valley Walk crosses this stile and continues ahead. Now heading along the edge of this fairly scruffy field. We now cross this main road to go down a path opposite. Seems to be unsignposted. Now following the Lea under a bridge under the A1M. The last path was awful between that last road and here. Now at the lake in Stanborough Park. Great views of the lake. More views of the lake, and there's the path ahead. Continuing through Stanborough Park on the Lea Valley Walk. The walk turns left over this footbridge over the Lea. Be careful if you come this way, because there have been several bridges before this which would be wrong. Now following the Lea under this very low road bridge, I'm having to bend down. Now at the South Lake. Another great view of the South Lake. We're on this path between the lake and the River Lea over to the right. Still on the Lea Valley Walk. Another view of the South Lake. We've now actually left the River Lea. It's no longer on the right. This is on the left hand side though. We now bear away from the path by the lake to this gate ahead. And there's great views. In the distance there is the Park Cafe where I did stop. That's the way of Lea Valley Walk continuing. After the gate, the walk goes beneath the main East Coast Railway line. After the railway, there's this wide path. Decent view along this path. Come to this lane and turn left down there. At this road, Lea Valley Walk turns right. We're nearly at the end of the walk now. After a walk along a main road, we turn left along this path to Mill Green and the end of today's walk along Lea Valley Walk. Right now at Mill Green, the end of today's walk along Lea Valley Walk. I now either need to walk to Hatfield railway station or find a bus. I'm feeling very tired. Now at this bus stop on the edge of Hatfield, where I looked at the timetable and there's a convenient bus in about 20 minutes. So that is the end of today's walk along Lea Valley Walk.